minimize that. Right, let's get it loaded. Load a replay. There's already people complaining and whinging and but I was the front. I was in front. I think sometimes the competitive nature of these, like races like this, bring out the worst in people sometimes. Alright, we're going to switch the music to some lo-fi because that's a bit too hype. Bit too hype. So we managed to do a 30-minute race without any particular problems with the replay recording. I was always very dubious of having my replay switched on, but I think since I've got a better PC, it's not been too bad. Alright, let's go forwards a bit. I don't need to hold control, do I? Maybe not. Right. Did a formation lap to start off with. That's when I found out, holy shit, you don't want to do much weaving when... Oh, I did nudge him off the track. What the fuck was he doing there? What the fuck was he doing there? Why are you trying to overtake on the pace lap? What's that guy? Juan Gonzalez. What? Let's have a look at his cockpit. What was he thinking? I'm interested. This is the pace lap, the formation lap. Why are you up my bumper? You shouldn't be alongside someone on the formation lap. At all. Because people have got to be able to weave around. It's not double file until you get to the grid. So, that's on him. Alright, and I moved my car so I was pointing downhill. Because I thought that might actually give me some better traction rather than kind of pointing uphill and probably spinning to my right. That was the thought behind it anyway. So I'm not sure why someone was left on the grid there. You see that? Someone was able to get around him. Look. But the next guy, not so lucky. So I'm on the inside here, taking it very, very easy. So I'm 22nd at the moment, with a car outside, pretty boxed in, and I thought, it's best to kind of not make any sudden moves. And then it said clear, and I thought, okay, I'll be on the outside. But then that happened, and I was like, right, well, I'm not going to the outside then. So that guy there, look, Is that what they're complaining about in Discord? Alright, so this guy around the outside, he's fine. He's allowed to be there. Now the common thing is that people go, I'm Max Verstappen. You can't just go straight and expect that guy to then scoop it up. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. So that's on them. That is on them. But I was very wary about how much they were going to bounce back onto the track. I mean, it is the first lap. Don't try to win the championship on the first lap. I mean, they could have gone side by side all the way down to the left-hander, which was in Graham Hill Bend or Surtees, can't remember. Then they could have juked it out then. The white car would have maybe got ahead, but you got like 30 minutes to duke it out, so you can lose the race at turn 1 or the lap 1. So that guy there, he came towards me very quickly. He's lagging now, and I was like, what the hell? And then suddenly he appeared right next to me, and I'm like, what? And then it gave me a message at the bottom left saying that he was he has high latency, so it was going to make his car without collision or something. So for the rest of the race I was kind of thinking, is he going to be lagging more? So then I think we started 22nd, we made it up to 18th by the first lap. That's not too bad, is it? Took a bit too much curb then. He tried one up the inside, but he wasn't close enough. And at this point I was thinking, well, I don't want to race away. I don't want to go too fast. I just want to kind of get a rhythm. Stay consistent. Because I know that I would be paying for it. And when he started doing that in my mirrors, that was really freaking me out. So I was always worried about this corner because it's one of the passing places up the hill. And see, he's lagging again. He disappeared from my mirror and then suddenly came back. So I don't know where he is at the moment. Where is he? Is he right in my bumper? Is he not? I don't know. You can't kind of gauge the car momentum, so I just kept to my line and waited for the impact. But these two cars ahead, I think they must collide at some point. There's some argy-bargy that takes place. I mean, I felt slow. Even though I was putting in like 52.5, maybe up to a 53. So that's 52.6 the last lap. So I was kind of on speed of my qualifying lap. The car was just very, very light through that last turn, and I knew that I needed the momentum to get onto the main straight, so I daren't get on the throttle too early when I was off camber. Again, he had a go there, look, but I went I knew that I think I'd got lack of momentum, so I went to the apex early. But he was nowhere near alongside. You've got to do better than that. Let's get the mouse pattern off the screen there. But it was just hanging on to it around that final corner, and then having to go really, really tight. I couldn't wash wide because I felt that I was just going to understeer even further, and I would just always be vulnerable. So I kept it tight all the time. Got a bit loose then, so I think I went to the apex again. I was very inconsistent. And then I tended to, coming up to these final two turns, I was hoping that I didn't kind of scrub too much speed off. So have I already... My rear bumper's already looking a bit second-hand, so it's already got a bit of a clout. So I'm not blocking, I'm not heavily defending, I'm just keeping a very consistent line. Just trying to make sure that I don't make any mistakes. So... Oh, made a mistake there. And the temptation was that if I ran wide here, then I would be vulnerable onto the straight. So I tried to brake as early as I could. But later in the race, Paddock Hill Bend became very difficult. I was kind of waiting for the dive bomb to happen, because he was very aggressive. Again, went a little bit wider than I would have hoped, but managed to get it into the apex. So those front two have still not come a cropper. I'm not sure how I did get 16th in the end, but. And I mean, we're like the last three on the road as well. The rest of them have retired. So. Oh, there's one. What happened to him? Was that the guy just ahead of me? Oh, he must have just got on the throttle a bit too eagerly then. So that's 17th. I just think it's Brands Indy is very hard to overtake on anyway, unless you can get significantly alongside. I mean, if this was the GP circuit, then maybe it would have got a bit more. There'll be more chances to pass. You can gain more momentum on people. I think I kind of thinking that I will be glad to see the back of this car. I am finding it very, very tough. I'm not a fan of road cars. In this case, a fake road race car. It's not my thing. So I don't know when I get up to 16th, but I'm not doing anything particularly. I mean, it felt like I was on the ragged edge in the car, but it looks very sedate from the outside, doesn't it? I was talking to someone on their stream who had just stepped into this car, and it was blowing their mind. They were like, how can I not brake? How can I not get any traction? How can I not do this, that? They didn't quite understand where in the pecking order this car was. So if you put it in a little bit of perspective, this is nowhere near a touring car. The BMWs you see in the BTCC would run rings around this thing. And I think particularly they're on semi-slicks as well. That's all I know, as far as I know. But there's a definite contrast between all the three races that you do with the beginners. You've got the low-powered open wheelers, which you can. You still got to be quite tidy with them. You can't chuck them about, because as soon as you lose traction with the F4 car, then you're going to lose momentum. But you can bang those over some curbs and stuff. And then you've got the Radical, which feels in comparison to, you're kind of going at warp speed. It's again a very knife edge car. There's a fine line between going quickly and going into the barrier. I kind of like the Radical. There's plenty of times where there was a moments where I kind of sucked in my butt cheeks coming out of the first turn, thinking, oh no, I'm going to hit the gravel, because I think if you hit the gravel on that outside, you're going to have to floor it to get through it. But there is a video clip that's come up in Discord about someone getting banned. I don't know if I can show that on the stream, can I? Or, well, some bad behaviour, let's say, in race control. I don't know if I can show it on stream. So I'm still 17th, so I don't know what's happened to... I think pretty much this is as close as he got. He had probably been burning his fronts trying to keep up. So that was his challenge. That was it. I did have a look at that incident. They're talking about in Discord. It is just someone just going the wrong way. You always get some person that signs up to a service like this and just thinks, I know what would be funny. What if we go the wrong way around the track? That'd be great. So yeah. So as I say, I think this is kind of when I just had the legs on him. Whether or not he just felt like he was losing tyres. He did get close on a couple of occasions, particularly when when I went off like that. I was like, fuck. But I went off, and so did he at the same time, so, but I thought he was going to catch up then, but that was it. I'm still 17th. I wonder where this... Someone must have crashed further up the field to give me 16th. But there wasn't much. Just trying to keep... I think by this stage, it was past halfway, I was really struggling with turn 1. There was many occasions where I either took it too tight and went over the curb and that pushed me wide, or I felt like I was taking it too slow. And then there's other occasions where I just felt like it was washing wide and I was just about to hit the gravel, which I don't know if it would have stopped me dead, or whether I would just bumped across the gravel. But I mean, it did get close, and I'm still in the 52s at this point, but only just. It's I'm kind of intrigued to know. So it seems he's far enough behind now that the camera has lost tracking of his car and it's concentrating on me. Oh, I'm 16th now. Somewhere in the pits? I know. So pretty much for the rest of the race I was just trying to keep it consistent. And I think right at the end of the race, got about 4 minutes to go. There's a guy in the distance there. I think he's pit. He's a lap down. And little did I know that he's 5 laps down. Is that him? Has this come out of the pits? Well, he's just got much better grip and better confidence and better pace than I have. But I was keeping an eye on him. I was like, well, there's only 2 minutes to go in the race, you know. I don't need to let him by. If he's a danger to me, then I will. But I just want to keep to my lines and not do anything stupid. But he's racing me like it's the end of a championship or something. He's a lap down. And I was very wary up at that corner. I was just thinking, well, I'm not going to defend. If he sends one up the inside, I'd let him go. But I'm not defending at all. I'm just going at my pace. But you see how close he is to me? This guy is a lap down. See, not defending into turn 1. Just doing it on the racing line. Not defending up until Paddock Hill Bend. But he's ducking around my mirrors as if he's going for the lead or something. You should just take the L, mate. Because you're 5 laps down. You could ruin someone else's race. You've already ruined your own, or someone else has ruined it for you. You could ruin my race. So, I wasn't best pleased with him. But again, I just drove my own race. So that was pretty successful. I got my bronze 3 out of that. I am kind of waiting till Tuesday, which I think they changed the tracks of the online series. Because I'm kind of over the ones that are there already. I've raced them a few times. Because we've got the F4s at Atlanta Motorsports Park. You got the BMW M2s at Mills Metro Park, the Inner B layout, and then you've got the Radicals at Zandvoort. I've played enough of each of those that I'm satisfied where I sit. So yeah, it's kind of a pity that they chose the Indy layout for this, I suppose. I think it may have been a bit better to do the GP layout, just so that there was a kind of a few more places to get a run on somebody. But I was in the top split in that one, and I went forwards. Started 22nd, ended up 16th, so that's a win. So got my bronze dick, as they say. So yeah, up 8 places. Is that right? I must have been 24th. Yeah, it's 24th. Oh, much better than I thought then. 24th to 16th. Not bad. Who was it that didn't finish then? So that's probably the two that had the argument there. Or, well, I don't know which one of... I know one of them was that driver there. But I think the system in some ways is flawed. Clearly for the amount of races you can do, and you can get up to a gold, but you can still be an unsafe driver, you know.